Previously on Roleplay Radio.
A few shadows start to emerge. They are dressed in their unseen uniform. There's no disguise this time. So you see the Leonin coming in with a veil over his face. Uncle Oz walks straight towards Griff. Hug. Ravnica.
Right, yep, no, sorry.
Hang on.
Shelley has the bar, and these two are from Ravnica.
Is that before or after?
Unrelated.
I might be in Ravnica too. Are you going before or after?
We can go whenever.
Before or after what?
It's not related.
Detect thoughts is going up.
The whole celebration we're planning in Redfell was just for people in Redfell, just, for friends and family back there, and to, give a big middle finger to the humans there.
Sure, I understand, I suppose, but mistake. When I was asked to get party supplies for the celebration, I thought that the F Squad would be invited, please, to this celebration.
The Detect Thoughts goes to him now. I've had a feeling that you've been working on something personal for a bit. If there's anything I can do to help with that, I'm more than happy to do so.
I appreciate it, Koss. Like you said, it's home stuff.
I just want you to know that I'm happy to help out with home stuff. As a matter of fact, if you're willing to help out with mine, I'm willing to help out with yours.
What would you like me to do to help you, Koss?
I had a thought, actually, because I know that you can also disguise yourself.
Yeah.
And so if they see Koss and Adrian in the same spot...
You know dwarves, right? In this school?
Yep.
Have you met an Adrian Silvertrove?
That was the second thing that I wanted to tell you.
Ah! I told you this is a good lad. It's just... What do you know of Adrian Silvertrove? Took our money, ran off, is that it?
That's me. I'm Adrian.
So you are the recipient of last year's scholarship?
Yep. That's correct. Sorry, this is hard for me.
And who are you?
This is Koss Silvertrove. They're a changeling. They also go to Strixhaven. Turns out they have the same last name as our clan, and it's completely unrelated.
People, when we asked them, do you know Adrian Silvertrove? People said, no, but I know a Koss. So it's you, huh? Well, I don't like it. And you should change your name. That name means a lot to us. What's it mean to you?
It means family.
Right around then, Lord, or as everyone else knows him, Professor Mirsha, walks up to the group, from the audience. I figure at this point you guys are kind of out of the track. He comes over to the group, specifically towards Mistake, but says hello to everyone. Hi, good evening.
Mistake hands back the purse of exchange to Gary after having said, well, that's much less exciting than the pumpkin.
But extremely useful when doing commerce. Doing commerce.
Yeah, commerce. Business! I'm a businessman!
Hello, students. How is everyone doing?
Pretty good. Got second place in the snail race.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was never very good at them. Mistake, can I bother you for a moment?
Sure.
Just for a quick minute.
Yeah. All right.
There's someone that wants to meet you.
Okay.
Someone has requested to meet you. It's okay. They know.
All right.
This is all very cryptic.
Yes, well, have you confided yet? Have you?
Working on it.
Okay.
Speaking of, apparently someone already told them some things.
Oh,
Or not exactly told them.
Oh, I wonder who that may be.
Uh-huh.
I don't know of anyone who would.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't help your thoughts, and your thoughts can have their own train that they are. This metaphor is not.
Yep.
Well.
No.
I care. Mistake, I'm trying to help you. Which is why I have taken some measures to make sure that we are as safe as we can be. Okay? And he takes you into one of the offices where it's away from the crowds, nobody can hear you here. He casts a silence spell on the door. And in that, it's near the group though, so you can meet up with them immediately after. But you see two dwarves there. Funnily enough, you've met these two dwarves, but you met them as, quote-unquote, Koss Silvertrove, when you were helping Koss over here deceive them. So, oh, this is the girl. I see, mistake. This is Fieldrick and Boldrick. So, hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. Very sturdy handshake.
You as well?
Mirsha has told us here all about the job. Wink.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about a thing. You have our discretion.
Okay. Great.
The dig.
Right.
Right.
Water levels have risen quite a bit since things, so
yes.
I just, we're not... How at risk are we of, flooding? Or drowning? Or...
Exactly what I asked them. I felt we needed some help. That knowledge was out of our expertise. Silvertroves, please? Yes, of course. Well, you see, it doesn't... there is always a risk, particularly if you have creatures like, bullets, say. But if they are messing about, then maybe you have more to worry about. But honestly, water levels, yes, scary, but if you go down enough, you can always go around it.
Wait, if you go deep enough down, you avoid the water?
If you go down from the shore, there are ways and it's always risky, but don't you worry. We have the best in our clan who can make sure that the walls are reinforced, the tunnels will be reinforced, there will always be someone there who can earthbend.
Great.
Yes, in fact, I think I know just the people. I have a niece and nephew who've been looking for a mission to join after their last one, so perhaps I'll get in touch with them.
Yeah, great. What are their names?
Vonkar and Vistra.
Okay. They also Silvertrove?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm. They will be joining you on this dig, and like I said, you have our discretion. It's best to get ahead in the business. Don't let the competitors know what you're up to.
Yeah. Good thinking.
For the right price, of course. And Lord/Mirsha says, I have agreed with Mr. Silvertrove here to give him a cut of whatever treasure we may find.
Of course. We wouldn't be bothering with all of this if there wasn't a substantial amount we're expecting to find.
Yes, of course. Anyway, that was it. Just wanted to meet who we're working with. You will have our Silvertroves there at the ready for the dig. In fact, Mirsha, yes, they will show up with me a few days early to start the dig early.
Okay. Sure.
Might take a while.
Yeah. We only have, technically, the 3 weeks.
Yes, I know. Don't you worry. We work fast as Silvertroves.
Great. Glad to hear it.
Now, if you'll excuse us. Boldrick, we have to go talk to that Adrian.
Oh, is Adrian coming?
No. It's a personal matter.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
If there's any message I can pass on for you, just let me know. I have a couple classes with an Adrian Silvertrove.
It would be alright. We've got it handled.
Sure.
And they head out. And then Mirsha says, well, I didn't tell them what would be classified as treasure and what would be classified as objects of historical significance.
Right, yeah, and if there's absolutely nothing to be found, there's
Then
no
nothing.
way that's going
Exactly.
to, damage relations with the entirety of the Silvertrove clan.
But we'll be safer.
Or, cause problems for the certain Koss Silvertrove.
I did think of that. But Koss is a changeling. Koss can just be someone else we hired. No? Or Adrian. That might make them happy.
Possibly. It's possible Koss won't even want to come. That's honestly what I'm hoping for.
Yes, it is a bit of a last minute thing. mistake. The winter break is coming soon.
I know. I wasn't going to tell them at all.
Do you want me to bring them here, or?
No. It's easier. If I'm going to explain, it's easier to do it at HQ. I have all my notes.
Okay.
And there's other things. It's a mess. Everything's a mess. Everything's just kind of awful. Just like all the time.
Yes, there. That is how life works sometimes. Messy, yes. Okay. I am going to make a couple of rounds with some people that I have yet to talk to. Can I join headquarters?
Yeah, it'd probably be easier, because if they want to come, then we'll need to cover everything again. But with them.
Right. Good, yes, because somebody is probably getting very wigged out, and he just kind of taps his handy haversack.
What?
Oh,
do
nothing,
you
just-
have...
It's a guest. It's a guest.
Is Lamo in your bag?
No. Lalo's in my office. Too much noise.
You shoved a person in your bag.
The person in the Rival Volume 5 and put Rival Volume 5 in my bag.
Ah,
Safety precautions.
right, so that's why I haven't been able to read that one.
Well, it is probably the most racist. See, the author spent some time around Redfell at the time, and I guess picked up some ideas from people, talked to the wrong people or something, I don't know.
Or got infected with whatever we're trying to destroy.
Or that.
Thiefsploitation.
Anyway, see you at HQ.
Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, outside. What have the other three been up to while Mistake was out?
We have been going to try to do more carnival games at Griff's insistence.
Did you read my mind?
Yeah.
Griff wants to go play more games and win more shit.
So we got like one of those like water squirty ones where you squirt the water into the target and then it makes a thing rise up, racing to the top of the pole.
Sure. But the target, because it's magic and I have to make it magic, the target keeps moving randomly throughout. I want to see, as you guys are playing this game, Mistake reuniting with...
Yeah,
the group.
Mistake eventually finds them. She looks for the big dome of Griff's. Kossos.
It works very well for the tunnel vision
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the target.
What I like about this is that means Griff put it back on.
It helps with the
And then he
vision.
doesn't have to carry it. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. Mistake finds that and sees two of you lose and Griff win.
I'm great again.
Good job, Griff!
Thank you.
I told you, it's weirdly hard and he's really good at it.
Well, this is the first one that we've tried, but...
You should definitely do more, but probably not today.
Okay, is there something up?
Yeah, we should probably talk.
Have squad business?
Yeah. Sort of.
Okay.
Potential.
Okay, no, that was an inside thought.
I mean, if you'd rather stay here.
Inside thought, let's go.
You're right.
Inside thought, let's go.
You look like you really wanted a prize. You know, I could win one for you while you guys are discussing business.
Who's talking to me?
This is Catter.
This is very...
Because you can't see who's on the other
This
side.
is the only NPC that's left from...
Griff is asking this. That was entirely in character.
I also
Can't
thought it was in
see.
character. It's Cat. Hey.
Hang on, it turns the whole body. You would do that?
I mean, I'm running low on money, but if you leave me money, I'd be happy to play. And you can have all me prizes. I don't care about prizes. I've got me prize.
How much do you need?
Huh? What?
How much do you need?
He was making the googly eyes at Gary. I can play all night.
I mean, it took us hours just to play 4 games.
There's very big lines, yes. Everybody has found out that you can get magical items.
So, Mistake just hands him a gold. Like,
Oh.
there you go, 5 games.
All right.
I'll give him 2 gold.
Cataris is just playing winning prizes for you guys while you're discussing business.
I kind of love that.
After they hand
He
him
gets his LARPer friends to join in.
the way
Like,
that-
hey, one of us has to win.
The way that Griff gets the money is he goes, hang on a second. And you see like the arms going back into the suit. You hear
The
like
arms just wobble.
Then he's like rummaging around in the suit, unzips his fanny pack and works the money up.
May I say, that looks very questionable.
Puts the money through the mouthpiece.
Ah.
Face hole.
Gotcha, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get you something. In fact, I will only get the big plushies and then we can exchange them at the end of the night for magical trinkets if you like.
Arms back.
We have 4 small ones if you want to add those to the pile.
Oh, sure, why not? He gets a basket that's nearby.
Oh, and I want receipts!
Gary's the receipts are the plushies slash magical items, Griff. I don't think.
Gary's just gonna pull Conrad to the side for a sec and she's like, hey, you know you don't have to do this, right?
I mean, what else am I gonna do? I mean...
Like, if you want to play a bunch of games and then give them the prizes because you played with their money, like, go for it. I'm just saying, you know, you don't have to impress my friends this way if that's the only reason you're doing it.
It's nice for you to say that, but... No, really, I mean, honestly, it's fine. We don't get festivals like this in the Grove of Eldjur. I'm in it for the games, not the prizes.
Alright,
I love this.
so I'll see you at the room later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I might come by the HQ, however, to use the bathroom. Porta potties have long lines.
Sure. I assume that's fine.
But upstairs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the most awkward moment when mistake accidentally, but he comes in for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, don't mind me.
So, headquarters?
Sounds good.
Is Cad really okay? Just, you know.
Apparently he likes playing the games more than anything else.
They're also really fun. I'm upset I didn't get a chance to go on the roller coaster today.
I mean, I didn't go on the roller coaster, but the rides are fun. But yeah, I think the fact that you just gave him money to get to play the games.
Griff didn't know that you guys left. He just kind of standing there.
Wait. Can Griff have gotten the headpiece off of the costume and he's gone to a popcorn stand? And he's filled it with popcorn? Yes.
Can it be fried dough balls?
Sure.
If you prefer.
Fried dough balls.
Griff takes off the helmet and the first thing he smells. We transition to HQ and the door opens, the 4 of you shuffle in. Would you have brought King?
Yes.
He's from Redfell, he's gonna be there.
Yeah, she would have grabbed him, heads into F Squad HQ, make sure the door is shut and all of that. And the first thing she does is she finds a corner of this room that she can kind of clear out a little bit as she's talking to everyone. Alright, so Koss is right, I've been an idiot, but there's reason for it. And she grabs like a stool that she's basically borrowing from someone else's station. She puts it in the corner, and then she grabs a piece of parchment and either like a quill or borrows one of Koss's paintbrushes, and she writes on the parchment, "Stupid corner." And she sticks it up on the wall, and she sits on the stool. There we go, stupid corner.
Well, that seems a bit excessive.
No, I like it. I think we should keep it.
It's a common thing. The stupid corner.
The
You don't know the
stupid
stupid corner.
No, I've never heard of the stupid corner.
No, we do the stupid corner back home. Once you've been an idiot about something, you go in the stupid corner and you think about what you've done.
Happens to all of us.
Okay, well,
Some more than others.
what have you been stupid about?
We need to talk about winter. There's a thing going on. Basically, someone back home suddenly started acting a bit different. In a weird way. And someone else asked me to look into it. I was going to anyways, but now I have 2 reasons to do it, and I figured out this person's not replaced by an orc, is not being coerced into doing anything that I can tell. It's like she's under the effects of like a suggestion or charm, person, friends, that sort of thing, but for like an extended period of time. It's not like a temporary thing. Her mind shows no understanding that she's behaving differently.
What happens if you bring it up to her? Presumably she just kind of assumes you're being weird?
Probably.
Wait, have you not?
Not directly, no. Just, in other ways. For what it's worth, the person who asked me to look into it is her husband.
Oh, okay.
That led me down another rabbit hole. See, and she goes over to her area of HQ where she has like a little desk and a seat and then has a bookshelf, and she reaches at the top of the bookshelf, probably either stands on a chair or climbs the shelf to get to the top, pulls down this rolled up piece of parchment, pushes things aside on the table and flattens it out, weighs down the corners with like ink bottle,
A book.
squishy apple.
Yeah.
So, this is a map of Redfell. Hundreds of years ago, it was founded as a tiefling city. And then at some point, humans started showing up, and that was fine. Eventually, it was, roughly half human, half tiefling, perfectly Fine. But then, after, a century or two, the humans started acting different. Anti-tiefling. Well, probably, the human supremacist style, but, tieflings were the most populous non-humans there. So we got the worst of it. And eventually this escalated to war. And that brings us to Redfell today, where there are very few tieflings, and we're segregated to a separate part of the city.
The worst parts.
Yeah. So then this, and she goes under the desk and grabs from the crevice between the top of the desk and the shelves that are underneath it, like the drawers. There's just like a little gap there, and she pulls from that another piece of parchment. And she unravels that and sticks it over top. It's very, very thin, and it has all these marks all over it, and like circles and like triangulations. I've been working with a bunch of different people to figure out what's going on, because that's not normal behavior. It's like something is manipulating people over centuries. And what I found is that the closer people get to Redfell, the worse that gets. And it takes time. Someone being there for a day, it might not matter. Someone's there for months, it will. It's so bad that sometimes someone might hire a caravan to transport them, or a ship. And if that ship gets close enough to Redfell, then suddenly nobody likes that non-human person who's paid passage on the ship. Sometimes they're thrown overboard.
I thought you said that it took a longer time.
But if these ships frequent Redfell, I mapped out the worst of these, and if there is a single source of what's doing this, then it is here. She points at like the epicenter of all of this. Now, this is actually very close to a somewhat tiefling-owned bar. Not entirely anymore, but...
The Mermaid's Tale.
Yep, that's the one. But of course, there's nothing in it. I've been there, the unseen go there all the time. But it could be underground. And I have an idea of what it might be. And for this one, she goes over to the side of the shelves, where it's just a flat panel, kicks the bottom corner, and the top corner pops out. And she pulls off the whole side, sticks that against the wall, and pulls out another third piece of parchment.
When did you make all this?
Yeah, that was my question. Second question, how did you keep it all secret while you were making it?
She's got her secrets. Also, this is quite the rabbit hole.
Third question, is she getting school credit for this?
Why are you getting school
This is
credit?
like a full history report.
I got credit for the paper I wrote last year because Phoenix helped me figure some of this out.
Speaking of which, from underneath the door, some of the earth begins moving and shifting, and Phoenix pops up into the room.
Yeah.
I got the professor for you, dear.
Oh, wonderful. Thaumaturgy's
Yeah. Professor Misha comes in. Hey, sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
The introduction. Phase 3. She unravels the third piece of parchment, sticks that on top of everything, and this is another map, but it's much older. She traced it from ones that were much older. I think what's causing this is actually a Blood Age artifact belonging to either Golwanda or Xander. And I figured out this is probably what the coast would have looked like at that time. The water levels have risen a lot, and if this is underground, then we'll have to deal with that, which costs...
Oh, yes.
The Silvertroves are helping with this.
Well, that makes sense. They're excellent miners.
I'm very sorry, amigo. I tried to be discreet, but this is a dangerous thing we are embarking on. I'm scared myself, so I wanted to hire the best of the best.
No, that makes perfect sense.
They also wanted to say something to Adrian, I don't know what. The ones we talked to the other day.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll prepare a different person.
That's assuming you want to come at all. Because the reason I didn't tell anyone this is because I could be wrong about everything. Not only is this incredibly dangerous to do, just for the whole excavation thing, I have no idea what's under the city. Both Golana and Xandro mummified people, which it must have been done magically because mummification is a very long process and they were at war. You can't really mummify. Anyway, I don't know what to expect under here. It's going to be dangerous no matter what. And I might be wrong. There might be nothing here. And I don't want to be the reason any of you get hurt, especially if it's for nothing.
Kind of seems like you're a lot more likely to get hurt if no one comes along with you.
Thank you.
But it's not no one. I'm working with the Gru Clan and the Unseen, and now apparently the Silvertroves.
Oh, crap. He, pulls out his handy haversack, begins dumping books onto the ground, which create a pile.
Can't you, with those, you have to know what you're looking for. You can just reach in and it gives it to you. You don't have to dump the whole thing out.
He's hardly listening. He finds Rival, Volume 5, lore. And then the book begins glowing, and it spits out Uncle Oz.
Well, this is a development. I mean, last year you warned us to stay away from it.
There are too many things hiding in too many places.
Oh, my knees. Hey, Griffling, and he goes in for the hug, the side hug.
Hey.
So the point is, I'm not doing this alone.
Yes, I thought he was a crook and a criminal, and it turns out I was right, but he's also a very helpful crook and criminal, and not a sadistic one. Thanks!
Yeah, if you were offended by crooks and criminals, I wouldn't be here.
Touché. Besides, he's going to come in handy, he's alright. And then Uncle Oz is like, I made my own airship out of different parts that I stole from a fella named Americus.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Are you sure it works?
Oh yeah.
How likely is it to explode?
No, it'll be fine.
How long did it take you to put together?
Months.
Can Gary look at it first before we entrust our
Sure.
lives to it?
How do you think I got here?
In a book.
Also, Griffling, hey, we gotta talk soon. After all this. Developments. But first, business, yes. Materials. And then Laura's between Lady Zakine and the Gru Clan, we have all of that. The only thing we have to worry about is the Redfell guards. Yes, we'll take care of that. My Unseen, we can make sure that the guards stay away from the area. You just have to worry about the Mermaid's Tale patrons, which I'm hoping your tiefling friends maybe can help out. I don't know.
I was kind of hoping to avoid involving everyone.
Well, we can ask the goblins.
Mistake question.
Yeah.
It sounds like you don't have an issue with other people getting involved. Is the issue that you don't want the people who care about you the most to get involved?
The Gru Clan, the Unseen, they know what they are getting into. They wouldn't have joined their individual groups if they weren't willing to do shit like this. We came to school, and a chest attacked us. That's it. We didn't sign up for this.
That's true. But then this year we started an extracurricular dedicated towards the same activities that we were doing last year.
Right, and all the things we're doing are approved by the school, and we're on campus grounds where there are plenty of professors and deans and whatnot that can save our lives.
I don't think Peanut Butter would approve of some of the things that we've been doing.
Mistake.
Peanut butter.
Kindly, the stupid corner is calling your name. We're gonna go. So let's move past this part and just talk about the planning part.
Well, I hate to say this, but Mistake does kind of have at least some of a point.
Thank you.
If I go, am I going to be more of a liability than a help?
I don't know. I don't know how it... I didn't know that it would affect tieflings, and there's possibly 2 now that are behaving weirdly. And she kind of steals a glance at King as she says that.
You said that it was possibly an artifact, right?
Yeah.
Of everybody that I know, you'd be one of the best people to look at something like that. I understand
Sure.
there's this thing that's happening, but that sounds like it only took place over the course of a long period of time.
why I was concerned
Exactly.
hearing about the ships.
Yeah, so
Right.
if that takes like a month of traveling the same route, then you should be fine.
Well,
That's been my general assumption. It doesn't seem to have affected any of, the plan that are in and out. But I don't know.
and we are going in deep, close to the potential source. Once Gary brought that up, Professor Mirsha's eyes go really wide, like, oh, he's right.
But for what it's worth, you'll have the easiest time getting into the city. Aside from maybe Koss.
It is true. I have
Great.
potions of disguise
Wait,
for these two.
Question. Why isn't that affecting you? Koss will ask of Mirsha.
Huh?
That's a good point.
But he's not in the city very often. Not anymore, anyways.
Wasn't he
It
from
would,
there?
though, right?
Well,
If-
sure, but he was from there, but then he left it for a long time, right?
Right,
Right,
Yeah,
but
no,
if
I
the
don't-
ships show up and leave there back and forth, it seems like it's a cumulative amount of time, no?
It's not
Within
important.
within a certain time span, because the ships are moving so frequently, right? The ships are coming and going often, so they might come there and stay there berthed for like 3 months, and then they leave for like 6 months, and then they come back for another 4 months. But if the theory goes, anyways, whatever sort of knowledge I can gather, you're there, you live there, and then you leave for years. It fades. And then if you go back for a few months, well, now it needs to start from scratch. And then you leave for years again. That's been my understanding anyway.
Yeah, it's all very complicated, and who knows even how this works.
I mean, it kind of seems like we need as much information as we can, because even if you find this, I mean,
We need someone who's good at identifying magical items and what they can do and how we can safely deactivate or just destroy it.
right, which certainly needs the most accurate amount of knowledge on how it works.
Which is what I've been doing, but
Obviously, your research is extensive.
Koss is like looking through other bits of furniture to see if they can find another hidden scroll.
You said something that Griff wants to kind of jump on, but I don't
Yeah.
know if you paid attention to what you said. You,
What?
you said it's not important.
Well, it's Professor Mirsha being lore.
Yeah.
But the party doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Only Mistake knows that.
That's why Mistake is trying to give all these perfectly logical
Yeah, yeah.
reasons to
Which
just
he's
don't worry
so
about it.
appreciative of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Which is also why I doubled down on the, well,
Yep.
we gotta make sure we know it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Have totally accurate information.
Yeah.
We don't have accurate information, unfortunately, and we're gonna have to work with what we have.
one bit of trivia that I know about this is apparently Prismari Dragon himself, might have had some sort of involvement here. Maybe.
He was one of the most hateful towards the humanoids during the Blood Age. Makes sense that he would be very hostile towards the two main antagonists of the Blood Age.
So as for other things to expect, underneath Redfell there are catacombs, so, dead bodies and things, sewers, which is always great, aqueducts, underground cave system, all sorts of weird things. Probably nothing monstrous, but who knows? Usually when weird things happen, we're blamed.
I think King is going to be very interested in your maps and your notes, oh, what's this here? And he's just going to start leaning in, and he's mostly just quiet and curious about the whole thing, wondering about the tieflings back home and how it's affecting them.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, if there is something that gets messed up in either of your heads, I can keep tabs on you. I can see intrusive thoughts.
Yes, we will count on you very much, Koss Silvertrove, for a very particular reason. And Professor Mirsha turns his gaze towards Griff, and then side eyes Uncle Oz.
That's right. We are going to have to keep track of that.
Uncle Oz says, "Hey, been talking to the professors.
Uh-huh.
You okay?
Fine.
You sure?"
Great. I won a lot of prizes.
No, Professor Mirsha's no, about the rage.
We need to give it a stupider name than that.
Yes, well, whatever stupid name we give it, we are...
Scuttlebutt?
Rage for now is good.
The meanies.
Can you...
The meanies.
What I'm trying to get to the bottom of here is, can you control it, or are we going to have to help you control it while we're down, trapped with you underground for a long period of time, potentially?
You want to find out?
He steps back, or closer to Mistake, and Uncle Oz is like, hey.
He doesn't have to talk down to me.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's alright. Hey, I know a thing or two about anger issues. Come on, we all got it. Fuck, I mean... But is it... I've heard...
Jeez, it's fine.
Well, it doesn't sound fine, Grifflin.
You keep grilling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? I've done stupid shit when I'm mad, Griffin. He drops the Griffling immediately. He's like, are you gonna fucking act out? Or can you keep your shit together?
I'm sorry, I didn't know I came to an intervention.
This does feel
It's
unproductive
not.
currently.
Sorry.
It's not a thing Griff is doing.
You're right. I heard.
I can talk to Professor Tallenberg. Griff and I are taking a class that's relevant to that, to the meanies and also whatever is happening.
We are not calling it that yet.
The meanies and also the racisties that might be happening.
Actually,
That
that's
one
a
sounds
great...
kind of weird.
That's a great point. Yes, you should do that before the weekend is out. I'm sure that if you said you're working on your homework, she can give you a scroll. Normally, I would be very much against students tricking teachers into this kind of thing, but when it's a life or potential death situation, we need everything we can get.
Alright, I'll do that then.
And for what it's worth, if he gives you a super hug, just tell him a bad joke and it works.
He looks
For
at...
certain people.
I don't think everyone knows a bad joke.
I'm sorry.
Well, maybe that's something we should all work on.
Can we talk in the corner?
We can talk right here.
Do you want the stupid corner?
We'll wait for that, but thank you.
Just wanted to let you know. Fine, I mean... I wanted to talk about it in private, but... The thing you brought up about your dad... Well, I looked further into it. You got me thinking. Got the gears turning. Do you know about what the hell he's doing about the gambling houses? Apparently, my brothers, your uncles, Uncle Olaf, Uncle Ivar, and that cousin, the fucking jerkface. Apparently, they're buying gambling houses, casinos. They're tricking people into debt now too, and then forcing them to pay that debt. Now that's just a step too much.
We should tell Irene about that.
Yeah, they've purchased properties, they've purchased gambling houses, tricking people
How do they trick people into doing it?
by feeding into their addictions. Bleeding them dry and then forcing them to bet money they don't have.
I did spend 2 gold. More than that. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm sorry to say this, but Griff, my brother, is a special kind of asshole. Yes, I caught him sneaking into the vice captain's office. Well, I want my eye, damn it! he just scratches underneath his eye patch. It's becoming a gimmick at this point.
Mistake.
He always wants his fucking eye.
Mistake takes off the iPad, suddenly feeling a bit like an asshole.
Oh, that's right.
Scoots back into the stupid corner.
So, kind of sounds like we have our winter break planned out.
If you're sure you want to do this,
Yeah. I mean,
you could just go to Ravnica and get drunk with Shelley.
this doesn't really seem like the most responsible thing to do when I know that a friend needs my help.
I don't think any of us would be able to live with ourselves if we didn't come and something happened.
Dad and I literally don't have a house to go back to.
Hey, Griffling, you can always stay with me.
Where do you live?
A dusty attic.
I'll be with you guys for the break.
That does bring up a relevant question, though,
Thanks.
of where we're meant to be staying in Redfell.
That is going to be somewhat tricky. You can get in just fine. Griff, if you have any fancy clothes and can act rich, you could probably also get in just fine.
Act rich.
I stole your father's best tux.
There you go.
Oh.
I can
Didn't
I can
find my
disguise
fucking eye, but I
myself.
found its tux. Sorry.
But the thing is, it's going to be difficult. There's a solution, but it's might not be the most comfortable.
What's that?
Don't know yet. I'll let you know when I find it.
I do. And he holds up the rival book.
Oh! Well, if you're, alright with that. That works. We can get in that way, get underground, and then everyone comes out to the book.
I'm not going in a book.
Well, fine.
You're a burning hammer. I don't think you have to.
Good.
Just, act all haughty and pompous and rich and obnoxious. You can manage.
Thanks.
It's a compliment to your acting ability.
Of course it is.
You were wonderful in Lilith, by the way.
Exactly.
I know. That was great. But thank you.
It was a wonderful rehearsal. Could you do it one more time for me?
It's me! Rehearsal!
Yes, perfect.
Yes,
Really
he
just
does
doesn't
this
sound
with-
like Griffin Hall.
I feel a little better. Thank you.
Good.
So, we are all in agreement here. We're doing this.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see Redfell.
You know the last time a professor asked us to get involved, they did let us go into their weapons supply. Now I know that you are not a captain, but do you have literally anything that could be helpful that could?
But
I considered myself a pacifist. I do not.
Do you
own
want
weapons.
mining supplies? I could ask the Silvertroves.
We also do have stuff coming in from the Gruul clan and the
Yeah.
Unseen.
Well, it's not necessarily martial grade or
You want things that you can hit things with.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've been practicing your melee.
yeah, we're down at fucking. How tall was Shelly? We're down a whole Shelly.
Yeah, I miss that turtle.
You missed that
We all
turtle.
did.
I'm getting my ass kicked.
Well, I'm proud of you. Melee's is my specialty. What? You don't believe me?
Nah,
He pulls out a dagger and throws it at a target without even looking. He's maintaining eye contact with you, and he hits. I'm not even gonna roll. He hits the center of it.
Well, I'm not gonna roll,
That's-
and I throw.
That's not technically melee, that's a thrown weapon.
and that wasn't even a target.
Different.
I can throw my.
point stands.
Well, I guess I'll remake this painting.
Can we have start some HQ rules, including maybe no knife throwing?
Oh.
Gary can mend it.
Yeah, actually, that's fair.
I can.
Do you
Yeah.
want to fight?
Are you asking for real?
I mean, there is a pit.
Grifflin.
It might be difficult to, get in there without a lot of questions.
Yep, I think you're kind of wanted.
Put some lipstick on him.
I would pay to see both of you in lipstick fighting.
I'll tell you what. In honor of my father, I'll make you a bet.
Cool.
If the F Squad makes not alive, you and I find a place to spar.
I like it. Challenge accepted.
All right.
Loser puts on lipstick.
I'll put on lipstick right now. I don't see the problem.
We'll have to find a better consequence, but
Well, you've never done drag? It's really fun. So
I'm learning
Can
a
we
lot.
make that a stipulation that this fight has to be done in drag?
No.
Why not?
Because
It
I don't
sounds
want-
like Oz has an advantage having already worn heels before, possibly.
I can dance. As you guys are all heading out of F Squad headquarters to seek out Cataras for those prizes, Koss, you detach from the group to go seek out the Silvertroves. It's not hard to find them. They are sponsors for one of the teams here, so they are very sought out. They're very easy to spot. How do you approach?
So I don't think Adrian would know, theoretically, because if Mistake gave the full details, then the Silvertroves basically said, no, don't worry, we'll find Adrian. So I think they will just be Adrian and then go kind of like towards whatever booth they're in and wait for them to know this.
Sure. Would you bring anyone or go alone?
Just alone for
Okay,
now.
alright. Yeah, and they spot you pretty fast because they were trying to keep an eye out. / they just recognize Silvertroves and, they've met you before. So they wrap up a conversation early with the student. Oh, right, let's catch up later. Hey! You!
Oh,
Hey, Adrian.
hello.
Good lad. How you doing?
It's, Boldrick?
Fildrick, that's
Fildrick.
Boldrick.
Okay,
Hey,
gotcha.
hey.
Very similar beards.
Of course. Hi, listen, lad. I was looking for you.
Yeah, what about?
Well, let me take you. He goes for a walk with you around, buys you a cotton candy.
Cotton candy and beard is a great combination.
He's got flakes all over his beard. So,
Save it for later.
just wanted to apologize for our last encounter. Do you remember? It was a bit, had my temper and all that.
Yeah, refresh my memory?
Well,
I kind of just like let it slide already.
it was the whole Coast Silvertrove, Adrian Silvertrove ordeal.
Yep.
The reason I was acting a little defensive is because, well, lad, we need to be careful. You and I, we need to look after each other. See, the whole thing got me thinking a few weeks back when we had that conversation about Koss and the mix-up with the changelings.
Yep.
I knew I didn't like the sound of it, so I dug deeper and deeper and deeper.
Okay, and what did you find?
Fildrick stares out into the crowds. Fildrick squints as he's looking at the crowds. We don't know who can and can't be trusted, Adrian. We did some in-depth investigations. Turns out, changelings have been infiltrating us all along. We've found 7 so far.
What?
I'm sure there are others.
Oh no. That's awful news.
Yes indeed. One of them, in fact, was looking for your classmate, Koss. Yes, I do believe they're all in cahoots.
What did you do with them?
Well, we imprisoned them where they belong. They faced the gavel. They were given a proper sentence for their behavior, for their infiltration. This is not honorable, Adrian. It can't be tolerated. Us Silvertroves must protect our clan name. We will not let outsiders stain it. You grasp?
Yep, I do.
Yes. Now you, talk to your parents. Make sure that their friends are not also trying to get their changeling grubby hands on, you can't trust them, Adrian.
Okay, I will. Of course. You, thank you for telling me.
Yes, of course. You okay, lad?
Yeah, no, I'm
You
good.
look a bit...
It's just a lot to take in.
Oh, I thought you'd be glad. We found the culprits, it's fine. We'll find the rest.
The fact that you found them doesn't make me glad. Well, I guess...
I don't understand, lad.
Koss is like going to swallow their pride at this moment and just say, I just mean, it doesn't make me glad that there were any.
There were any?
It doesn't make me glad that you found them because that means that they were infiltrating the Silver.
Right, okay, I see. So, if I were you, maybe stop hanging around that Coast Silvertrove. And do you know if they changed their name?
I just know.
I don't like it.
No, I don't. I think they were Silvertrove before they knew about us.
Yes, well, I don't care. If they were Silvertrove before or after, all I know is that, I don't like what I'm seeing here. Do you get me? I would like for it to stop. And I'd appreciate all of the Silvertroves to stick together.
Yeah, I understand.
Draw the imposters out.
Who else have you told about this?
Well, it's important to be discreet, lad. Get ahead of the game. Don't let people know what you're up to. That's how you win. So just me, my brother, Baldric, and just a niece and nephew of mine, no big deal. They're expert scouts. In fact, they're going on a special mission, which I can't tell you about, unfortunately.
Okay. I understand.
Good. Glad you do. Heavy tap on the shoulder. You want another cotton candy?
I'm quite alright, thanks. Too much sugar.
Wait. You take care. And don't you worry. Hey, we'll get them all.
Right?
Fildrick. Okay. Don't you worry. We'll get them all. And he just walks away.
Whatever is the nearest surface, Koss is going to just slam their head into that.
Griff will help you kill them.
Mistake will help plan a prison break.
Yep. We got other stuff to deal with now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us again this week. This episode was recorded in Watertown, Massachusetts, also known as the traditional land of the Pecosset and Nanantum peoples. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the talented musicians that helped bring this podcast to life with their amazing music. We've provided a link to their web pages in the description. I would also like to thank our talented players, Tyler Rubin, Rin Garnett, Michael Yang, and Nikki Aguilar-Thompson. This story would not be the same without their wonderful creativity. I've been your host and DM, Alex Aguilar-Thompson, and I hope to see you here again next week for another episode of Roleplay Radio. So you all reconvene with Cataris. Now, I'm just gonna have these be rolls. It doesn't even have to be scenes. Like, how well did Cataris and his friends do? So I'm playing Cataris, and you guys are my friends.
Wait.
Wow,
and we
we're
can
Alex's friend.
Wow.
Let's do dexterity checks, presumably, because most of the games are.
But what
Just
stats?
random mods.
Oh no.
Acrobatics.
Like
ours?
ours? Because if we're doing
Yeah,
friends,
No, hold on. Cataris' friends are LARPing as us.
yes.
Because they're winning them on our behalf.
That's good. I like that. All right. So that means one small plushie, one big plushie. Now you did give him a few gold. So somebody else keep track of this stuff. I need help.
Okay.
All
So
right.
we need one more small plushie for a magic item.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Gosh. So do one more.
super cocked.
Oh my god, I'm rolling like shit.
Hey!
That's 2 big plushies.
Alright.
So now what can you do with that?
Alright, so that brings us to 3 large, which means we get 1 magical item, and 6 small.
Can we go one more round?
Do one more round, I'll allow it. And I think that's gonna be it though.
Okay.
Alright.
Dang.
Yeah, these are hard.
Okay.
The games are not designed to be easy. Blame this on Wild Beyond the Witchlight. That's where I took all the carnival games from. It is the whole weekend though,
Yeah.
so
at this point,
spend the
what
gold
we're
though.
really determining is how much money does it cost us to get all
Yeah,
of these magical items.
exactly. So who's spending the gold for
I
this?
just spent the
You spend another gold now?
Okay.
Spend another
Okay,
gold.
alright, you're spending another gold. Cataris is sucking.
This is the 3rd nat 1 I've rolled.
No!
It's a 7.
Okay, I got a 12.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
I got a 20.
Hey! 1 big plushie!
Hey.
And a 19.
1 small plushie!
But we only needed 1 big plushie.
Cool, so we get 1 each for
Okay.
all of us at least.
So you get 2 more magic items?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to just get
The other
you
college
can
ones?
Yeah, the other college ones?
We didn't get Prismari.
We did it.
Yeah, so at the moment we have Witherbloom and Quandrix. I
Any
mean,
of the
I will
above.
gladly put in more gold
It kind
to
of sounds
get
like
all of these.
you,
Right,
you, are-
right, it
you
feels
have
like-
stewardship of this pumpkin.
Yeah.
I will say some of them are more exciting than others, for sure. But like, they're
But
all...
I
A purse
still-
that makes change.
They're all fun.
I want one for every gold.
Yeah, for sure.
So I will gladly put in the gold.
I'll pay
I
5
will-
gold for a magic
Okay,
item.
fine. If you pay the 5 gold, I will just say eventually you get enough
Yeah,
to
okay,
get
cool.
all 3 of them. Alright, so, starting with the Silver Quill one, this one is technically it would be kind of a freebie for Koss. For the Silver Quill one, it is origami paper.
Ooh.
As an action, you can fold this seemingly ordinary piece of paper into the shape of thieves' tools, a crowbar, a spoon, or the back of a piece of paper. It acts as the item it is folded into and can perform all the functions that item can perform. It doesn't just have to be thieves' tools, though. That's the addendum.
Tools, spoon, crowbar.
essentially you can turn this origami paper within
Spatula.
reason. You can, for example, you can't create an airship with it because it's small. It's a piece of paper.
But you can pretty much turn it into any of the basic tools.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it'll turn into the thing.
Does
And
Gary want that? He's got like tool proficiencies out the.
I kind of imagine this all
Yeah.
exists in the HQ.
Yeah.
I'm like, we can bring that with us. Or we
Yeah,
always
yeah,
assume it's
yeah.
with us.
so that's the silver quill one. It's origami paper.
That's pretty cool.
The tunic of tenacity is the prismari.
Ooh, I like the name already.
This sleeveless tunic accentuates the definition of your arms, making them seem especially daunting when wearing it. Any intimidation checks that involve the flexing of arm muscles made while wearing the tunic can be made with advantage.
Oh, that is perfect for Griff.
So when he does his daunting roar, he just like
You can-
flexes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Which-
beautiful.
Did you make this up?
No, this is from DM's Guild. technically.
That's amazing.
Are you sure you don't want to give that to Gary?
Might be really
Just have the
funny.
little noodle arms.
That might be really fucking up.
And then finally, it was the Lorehold one. What it is a clockwork chess set.
Oh.
That you can play by putting in your code, and then the pieces move on their own and they're animated. However, you can also remove each set, and it is a throwable dagger.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it is a living chess set that also has. They're all weapons. And I think with that, we are good to pause session here, and we pick up next week with our winter break arc.